What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Bums Talk Bass podcast. That's my Matty Smokes YouTube intro. What is going on, guys?
What is up, guys?
Howdy, howdy.
And today we have the return of the Skunk Ape.
We're back.
With Brennan instead of Zub because
You can't put me and Zub in the same room.
well, because I don't really know why.
Zub's just not here.
Zub's just not here. But anyway, so I'm here with Dumb and Dumber, and it's really cold.
It's a whopping 12 degrees out.
I have a beanie on in my house.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I worked 11 hours today.
Were you outside?
Oh, yeah, the whole time.
What body of water did you send us the picture of?
That was the Hudson River.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, very frozen.
I thought it was the Delaware, and I was like, I haven't seen it freeze like that.
No, that was the Hudson River. Just a 4-foot tide swing. No big deal. Somehow, dude, I went over the Navesink River, which comes out of the bay from the other side, and I don't think it has like as crazy of a tide as the Hudson. It's also not as big, but like it was like frozen. Like I kind of think you could have walked across it.
Jesus.
Sounds like a great idea.
I obviously would never and didn't, but it's like I've never seen tidal water that frozen. Like it looked just like what a normal pond like looks like when it's frozen.
Nice.
Yeah,
it was insanity.
The definition of the Arctic blast.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's about as bad as it gets right now, especially for me and Big Dumb Stupid on the bottom, because we just got back from Arizona where it was beautiful, sunny, low 70s every day, and we get home at midnight, and the first thing we have to do is stand in 6 inches of snow and scrape my truck off.
You guys flew back Sunday night in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got back at like midnight.
I mean, I've never wanted a flight to get canceled more in my life.
Dude,
Yeah.
everybody was like, oh man, I hope we don't get delayed. I was like, dude, I hope it's canceled until Thursday. Like, I don't care at all. I'll miss all the work.
Yeah, I was surprised you were allowed to fly. I mean, I guess it wasn't like a blizzard.
Newark, it wasn't bad. Like the airport looked fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even get delayed or anything. Like, I didn't really think our flight was going to get canceled, but I thought that, like, we would at least get pushed back a little bit because I thought, like, in the beginning of the storm and stuff, there'd probably be a little bit of pandemonium and, like, having to wait for, like, plowing out the runways and stuff. But, no, went off without a hitch.
Huh.
But
yeah, I guess all of it moved out by midnight. We had enough time to clear it out.
Yeah. But despite the snow and the cold and all that, I don't really want to talk about ice fishing. I think we've talked too much about ice fishing for a bass fishing podcast already anyway, even though Hutcast is coming soon, potentially this weekend. But we'll get into that when we get into that. But I was talking to Andre before the podcast, and Andre, our creative director, actually came up with a really fun idea that I think we could try, which is ranking bass fishing techniques like tier list style, but strictly based on coolness. Like, not about effectiveness or how much we like them or how good it is. Just, like, strictly on style points. Like, what is, like, if you're on Bass Live and this guy is spanking butt doing this, like, what is the coolest?
Should we start, like, bottom 3? Go to, like, top 3, top 5? Work our way up?
Well, I'm thinking we do it like how they do, like, you ever see those tier things where it's like A, B, C, D, E, F?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we could just go through them without having to, like, have a set number, you know?
Yeah. So it's going to be S tier top.
Yeah.
So like best of the best. We're only putting one in S tier. Like that's it. And then it's just A,
Probably.
B, C, D, and then F is just garbage. No one likes it. You're a dork.
Yeah. So it's like a grading system. But I wrote a bunch down before we started. I don't think I got everything, obviously. So if you think of something, you could just shout it out. But I thought we'd start, just somewhere in the middle, basic, old school. In my opinion, this isn't going to be on the top, nor is it going to be on the bottom. And that's just tossing around old spinnerbait.
I feel like it's one of those things where if you say you caught him on a spinnerbait, everyone's like, nice.
Yeah.
But it's not the coolest.
No.
It's not the worst. This is the hardest C I've ever seen.
That's why I chose to start it, because when I was like writing the list, I was like, this is like perfectly in the middle. I think it's gained, honestly, a little bit of style points like hyper recently, just because it's like kind of like a cool like old dog thing to do that like people don't do that much anymore.
I feel like it's a staple. I feel like for us, it's a staple on our deck, but it's never shining or going away.
You're never going to gloat about catching him on a spinnerbait.
No. It's a little workhorse. It gets the job done.
But you're going to catch him on it.
There is something to be said about that, like, close combat single Colorado rolling it over a tree spinnerbait bite. That's pretty epic.
Yeah. That's what.
Or like Jason Christie thumping it behind a dock.
It's so in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I picked it, because I was trying to talk myself into it being cooler, but it's just the most hard, obvious C of all time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And now, here's one I can see going a few different ways. I know where I'm at with it. Jerkbait.
What kind of jerkbait? Summer jerkbait? Winter jerkbait?
Just a jerkbait.
Just a jerkbait. We can't be getting that specific.
We'll be here all night.
Yeah. I do have a couple on this list that I think I got too specific with, but we'll argue about it when we get to it.
Catching them on a jerkbait's cooler than a spinnerbait. It just is.
See, I don't think so.
Oh, it just is.
Is it because you're staring at them on scope when you're catching them with the jerkbait? Is it cooler that way, or is it cooler because of how it's getting bit?
Well, there's something about being in the waves on a windy day, just ripping one and having it getting yanked out of your hand. Just being like, dude, just eating it on the front deck, crushing them on a jerkbait.
But see, I'm thinking of like, dunk.
Yeah, there's equally days where you want to kill yourself on it, but like, you could say the same about a spinnerbait, bro. When you're just slow bottom dragging a spinnerbait.
I guess, but on a spinnerbait, at least you could like lock up and crack them. Like, a jerkbait is like, I obviously throw it a lot. I catch a ton of fish on it. Like, on the effectiveness scale, a jerkbait is A, maybe even S. But on the coolness scale, like it's not like a jerkbait is kind of gay.
But jerkbaits also have a hype beast category in themselves, which immediately makes them cooler.
See, I hate the hype beast category. It makes it less cool to me.
Listen, I'm throwing a custom 110.
Under.
Come on.
All right, so let's all throw out a letter, and we'll average it.
I want it in B, but I'm not going to win. See, I'm already accepting it.
I want it in D.
I would say
no,
D.
You're correct. I will meet in C, but I'm angry about it.
Brennan's also saying D, but
no, C.
All right,
no, C or D. I feel like it's like a spinner.
I'll happy medium C, but it is so much
I said
to whack him on it.
We're gonna go C. I said D. Andre said B. You say C, maybe D. So we'll say it C. All right, let's break into something cooler. And this is going to be a hot button one, because it's going to be about as high as it can go. Throwing the frog.
How are we gonna?
I feel like there's one that could beat it.
How are we gonna handle S? Can we have more than one in it?
I say my thought process on S is 3 max.
All right, and at the end of this, we all get one technique that we can bump up one. Just executive decision.
Okay.
Everyone gets one.
Jerkbait's going up to B.
No. I'm saving that for something better. But I mean, Frog's easy A, borderline S.
Yeah.
Here's my thought process is like we've had conversations where I say there's things I've liked more than Frog, but on straight style points, if we're gonna allow 3 things into the S tier category, one of them has to be a Frog.
Yeah. If we're doing 3, then for sure. Frog.
Well, no, if we're bumping one up, it's only going up 1 tier. It's not immediately going into S. So we can still only have one at S.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm thinking about what do I want to watch on Bass Live,
there's few things cooler there if there is anything. Honestly,
it has to be S. There's
big fish bait. It's top water. It's heavy line. It's heavy rod. It's close quarters. It's everything.
If a Frog isn't S, then what is?
Yeah, S. Do it.
It's got to be.
Yeah. Just a heavy hitter off the jump.
Yeah, absolute heavy hitter. Now, a probably not heavy hitter, I would assume. But not the lowest. The old drop shot.
I feel like, yeah.
So, I think you're crazy. I want to put it at like a B.
What?
For style and coolness?
No, dude.
Bro.
You're thinking
smallmouth drop shot, jumping out of the water, fishing deep. There's just an immediate cool factor to the fishing deeper in general.
Yeah, but you're pretty much saying to just S tier smallmouth. Like, it's not the drop shot. But it's not the drop shot that
you can catch smallmouth doing something else.
The drop shot is not what makes the fish jump and fight like that. That can apply for any technique.
Listen, this isn't something I'm gonna hot-blooded fight over for this spot, but it needs more repping. Because if you were gonna tell me a D for a drop shot, that's crazy.
I was absolutely gonna tell you a D for drop shot.
That's crazy to me, though.
And this is coming from a guy who drop shots a lot.
I would even put it. I would venture to E.
There's no.
You know
E.
what it is?
There's no E. We're not doing E.
Just F. D.
No,
F.
just D then F.
D then F. Okay.
Like school.
Yeah, like you're.
You want to do school grade? Right.
Yeah.
I would put F, honestly.
Oh, man,
it's kind of boring. I mean, it's just not.
Well,
it's not something that's
when
riveting.
We grew up, it was something new.
Huh?
When we grew up, it was new. It felt like.
Maybe not really for me.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I didn't learn it until like college, but I would not say it was new.
I mean, I didn't really learn how to do.
What's the argument in it being
a Berkeley power bait worm until I was like 16? So,
what's the argument in it being low? Someone sway me.
It's just like, what day are you going to the lake and you're like,
it's light line, it's finessey, it's grimy, it's.
Finessing can be cool. Don't knock finessing down the notch just because it's light line.
Yeah, it can be.
It goes 2 ways. It's cool because it's
the drop shot's like the most dry, boring, average finesse that you're gonna throw.
I'll say this. Outside of big smallmouth, do the jumpy, what does a drop shot have going for it in a coolness factor? Anything? As a technique by itself, not what the fish does after you hook it.
Totally personal. There's something about throwing some music on in the boat and chilling and just slinging a drop shot around. That is just top tier.
So,
yeah, like fun, relaxing maybe, but it's not cool.
Yeah.
There's no style points there.
Fair.
That's like saying that the swaggiest guy out there is Bill Dance.
Oh yeah, no one wants to watch you when you're just listening to some music, sitting on the tracker seat, slinging the little.
Yeah, and you're never coming back to the docks being like, yeah, dude, slayed him on a drop shot, so sick.
Nobody's ever done that.
No.
Everybody lies when they caught him on a drop shot and says they caught him on something cooler.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not putting it in D.
That right there, I'm glad you said that because that's the test. If you're coming back to the dock after the tournament and being like, bro, guess what I caught him on?
Yeah. All right.
Nobody's ever done that for a drop shot. Not once.
I'm going to say C then. I'll live in C.
I'm still saying D.
I would put D or F.
All right. I lose. Fine. You can go in D. I like doing it.
Cranking. I feel like that's a little more.
We have to get specific with this because these are two different. Deep cranking and regular cranking are two very different techniques.
I'm gonna say like everything besides like smacking a square bill in 6 inches.
So like 10xd, even like
6x
to like DT6.
I feel like it's a little more fun than a spinnerbait, but like
it definitely is.
So I wouldn't put it crazy. I would put like a B. It's like it's still a little bit better, but it's not. I'm not.
It's cool. Back. It's definitely cooler than a spinnerbait.
Cranking doesn't have like super insane style points, but it does have what we were just talking about. It does have like the bro, I got him cranking.
Yeah.
You know, it's got that like come back to the dock, you got 20 pounds. It's like, how'd you catch him? Dude. I caught him cranking.
I think we're gonna give this the most solid B.
I also want to say I
wouldn't put it in an A. I feel like there's way more that you could put in an A. But
if you were telling me it was like, 10xd, 20 feet of water, crushing big ones, yeah.
I would give that a B plus, and then like just average cranking like a B.
Squirrel bites that's cool too.
There's a small part of like my younger child heart that wants to put it as an A because of like the Bassmaster era we grew up watching with in like the ledge fishing, like KVD sweeping the rod, like deal, like, but it's to call it A is yeah, I would say B. It's cool, but it's not the coolest.
Yeah, I think it's a B. But there's also like just vivid memories of like Falcon and all those Texas lakes just down on one knee, cranking on the front deck.
Trying to get it as deep.
When I first started watching like Bassmaster videos like on YouTube, that's what it was. Like
you can hear the reel with the motto,
like
just
old school cool though. It's not like
but that was like when I first wanted to like get into like real bass fishing. I was like, oh, I gotta go buy a bunch of crankbaits. I gotta get the KVDs.
All right, it's a high B. I'll give you high B.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with B just because of what it is now. It's all nostalgia based. That makes me want to go higher, but for right now, it's a B. Wacky rig.
F. F immediately. I don't care.
Andre, you absolutely hate the Senko.
Dude, I can't do it. I just
okay.
It wins. This is the problem. It wins every tournament around here for the most part. It's just boring as all hell. There's no like.
It doesn't win.
Flag rig under a dock. Yeah, great. Fun,
are we saying just purely?
It doesn't win every tournament around here. A Senko doesn't win every tournament around here, but it is 3rd to 7th place.
Yeah.
It'll get you there, though. You can. Trust me. There's plenty of money that's been won on a Senko around here, and there's plenty of college tournaments that have been won on it, and we can all attest to it.
But are we doing wacky rig or just Senko? Like weightless Senko?
It's like the same
One
thing.
One and the same? Because I don't know. I feel like I've had fun with it.
You have
but
fun
it's also
with it,
not as
cool. No one has ever come back to be like, yo, I crushed him on a Sanko today, dude.
Alex and I did.
So yeah, sarcastically. You come back, you're like, bro, guess what we called him on today?
Listen, I don't want to really argue to bring a wacky rig higher than an F, because kind of similar to the frog argument, like if this is an F, then what is?
And don't come to me with, oh, but fuzzy dice are cool. No, they're not. F.
But I have one thing. I have one coolness factor to say. It's just one statement, and it's John Cox on Chickamauga.
John Cox is cool. The wacky rig is not.
Yeah, but John Cox is a wacky rig.
But he's the only person doing it that kind of is cool.
Because it's cool. I mean,
no, it's the other way around.
What, dude?
John Cox is making the wacky rig cool. It's not the other way around.
You don't think David Dudley's cool? You don't think David Dudley's cool?
Stop.
Oh.
Stop it.
I think he's cool.
F. Next.
All right. Yeah, my biggest argument for it was going to be D, so whatever. I'll just take the
F.
I would push a D minus.
Here's an interesting one that I think is going to be very contentious with me and Andre. I have no idea how this is going to go for Brennan. Bed fishing.
Do you want me to come in last on it?
I want Brennan to come in first.
I don't know if it's the coolest, but it is kind of fun. I feel like it's one of those things I look forward to it every year. It happens for like a day. I feel like I actually time it.
A day. Welcome to New Jersey.
I put it at I feel like it's like a B+ because it's fun. I like staring at them. I feel really bad when I do it sometimes though. I feel like it's not the coolest, but it is kind of fun. Like there's nothing cooler than there's a lot of things cooler.
I'm gonna lose.
But it's kind of fun.
Hang on. Let me say this, because I think Andre expects me to be more one way about it than it is. In a fun scale for me, it's way, way, way up there.
Yeah. Tournaments?
But that's not synonymous in a coolness scale. Like, I'm thinking, like, watching a guy on Bass Live bed fishing, I'm not like, oh, that guy's sick.
I like the rapid shots of the guys.
Because anybody can do it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say on coolness factor.
There's clearly specialists, like sight fishing guys like a John Cox or Drew Cook or guys like that. There definitely are guys that are like better at it. But if you're like doing it is awesome. Watching it is hit or miss. I think when the water's clear and you can get the camera on the fish and you can see it, like that's really cool. But that's more about the shot than like I don't really think there's any like crazy style points for catching a fish off a bed. It's just like what you're doing.
Yeah,
it's just like what you have to do.
There are few things less cool than watching someone fish for like a 2.5 on a bed. All right. It is just, unless it's like a giant, it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, there aren't things, that's not that cool. But there's not much that's more cool than the Brandon Cobb clip.
Yeah, I mean,
the 11-pounder on Lake Fort. Like, there's not much that's cooler than that.
But then it's, if you're coming back to the docks to say, yeah, we caught him on bed, so did everybody else.
Yeah. I feel like for a bed fishing bag to be cool, it's got to be like 25 pounds.
I think throwing a spinnerbait's cooler.
I don't know about that.
It's tough because I'm having a hard time with the actual like definition of the conversation, because it's awesome and it's a lot of fun. It's not
fun to do, but it's not cool.
There's nothing that's particularly cool about it.
Nah, it's not new.
Except for maybe the hook set.
Everyone's been doing it forever. on camera, it's like semi-interesting, but it's no
What
more
would you
interesting
rather
than
watch?
anything else.
Someone throwing a spinnerbait all day or people bed fishing all day? That's the real.
Bro, if bed fishing could equally be the most boring TV that you can ever watch.
It
Yeah.
really, really depends on
If
how
people
it is.
want to complain about live scope being boring, bed fishing can be equally as boring.
Guy going.
Bro, it's everyone, just sitting there looking down for a half hour.
But do you watch the live scope ones? It's the same. You could say it's the same thing.
I like live scope, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but
actually find it enjoyable
dude,
to
the
watch on
suspense of
TV.
watching Bass live,
It's
and
only cool when they get the camera shot of seeing the bed.
yeah,
And you know what they're fishing for, and then you get it. Like that's
but like
that's cool.
the suspense of watching Bass live, and it's Drew Cook on Santee Cooper. He's 3 pounds back of the lead, and he's fishing for a 6-pounder right now, and
Yeah.
it's right there.
I feel like it's above a spinnerbait, but
You know what I mean? Like when a guy's 3 pounds back and he's live scope fishing, it's like he's just pinging around. You don't like he might catch one, he might not. You don't
there's
really
a
know
dot on his
totally
screen.
what's going on. You're looking at a dot, but when you know this guy is a couple pounds back and he's staring at a 6,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I guess if you were like, yo, caught 25 pounds on a bed, like to your buddies, you're like, it's pretty cool.
it's also one of those things where it's like
It's a fun time going out and
it
doing
depends.
I hate doing it, first of all. So bad.
You hate so much fishing, so you hate catching.
I got terrible eyes, so it doesn't work.
Andre hates it for the same reason I love it, and that's personal eyesight.
I can't see shit.
Andre can't see anything, and my vision rivals the American bald eagle. I mean,
he's like a foot shorter than me, dude. It's the worst.
I see it all. It's incredible. This guy's perched up on the top of his tree, being all tall and stuff, and I'm like, it's right there. And he's like, what are you talking about?
And there's just also coming from me, the fun fisherman, I would say, washed up tournament guy. It gets so boring when it's like, oh, this one's yours, this one's mine. And then the person takes 10 minutes to try to even fish for it, and then you're just sitting there.
Well, we don't even do that anymore, dude. We don't even do that anymore.
Now it's just flip and flip.
We go every other flip. That's what we do. We don't even do that anymore.
Yeah, and then you cry because my flip went 2 feet too wide. 2 feet's an exaggeration. That would be really bad. But
no, it's fine when we go every other flip because I'm just better. So I usually
yeah, and then you being a dum dum and you're like, I'm gonna throw a Stanko on the bed, and then it's extra stupid.
And then he eats it immediately.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I'm not fishing for the rest of the day because
Andre takes 75 flips with a craw.
But see, that's the thing. Then you actively choose to not catch fish because you think it's dumb.
Oh, here we go. The actively choosing not to
whatever.
catch fish.
It's cool. It's not that cool. I'm gonna say B.
I think it's a B.
Fine. I was gonna make an argument for C, but I'm not gonna get it, so fine.
Forced into it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm overruled. We have an odd number here. I wish Zub was here. Zub would be on my side.
So I guess we kind of discussed it, so I'll just roll right into it. Ping and a minnow.
F. No.
No, get out of here. It's just not.
I think
it is so cool to do.
It's so cool to do.
As a fishing nut, like physically doing that and seeing the fish and the idea of what it is, it's so cool.
I think 99% of people are gonna agree with Brennan's initial reaction and just say
yeah. Oh, for sure. But they're dumb.
Nobody likes it. But
no.
But as somebody who spent a decent bit of time, I guess like a few years now, trying to be good at it and trying to learn it and realizing how like it's not just plug and play, and like these guys you're watching on live, like a guy like Jacob Fouts or Rob G or Patrick Walters or, you know, guys like that, is like now knowing the time and effort that they put in and how good these guys really are. Like there's a part of me that is like, this dude is badass how good he is at this. Like he's putting it right on him, bro. Like he's a sniper. Like those guys who are really good at live scope, they're snipers.
Yeah.
Like you got to be so good to be like that, dude. And I don't think a lot of people appreciate that, because I think mainly because a lot of people don't understand it. Because most of the guys who complain about it don't even want to learn it, you know?
My argument for it would be the factor of what you guys were saying, like watching someone bedfish all day is boring. So I would say it's the same thing. I mean, like when they hook up like live, like the live like screen, when you can see what they're looking at, it's cooler.
Exactly.
But if you're not and they're just staring at their screen and you're just watching that, I would say it's really boring.
My argument is, how many times have you come back to a boat launch or been launching the boat? Some random dude with a rod on the dock is like, "Oh my God, you got that fancy live scope," and you tell them about how you catch them on, and they're like, "That's so cool."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, the appeal, the hate of it comes from this community, and that's about it. Most people outside of tournament fishing find it cool.
And I will say, like, I don't know, part of this might, no, definitely not part of this. A lot of this is definitely me being a douchebag. But that coming back to the dock thing, when I'm coming back to the dock with a 20 sack and I'm fishing against 27, 40, and 50-year-old men, and I'm like, yeah, caught him scoping. And I know how mad they are about it. Just infuriated about it. Guy's been skipping a dock all day.
He's got 2 pounds.
Got him scoping.
In reality, you were just throwing a jig, but
dude, think about when it first came out, and like I was watching like ice fishing guys using it before it was even like anywhere close to being on bass boats. And it was so cool watching that.
Ice fishing with it is awesome.
It's so cool.
You can't deny anything about that. And anybody who wants to be a truther and like a technology denier about ice fishing, it's like, bro, it's the middle of winter. We're standing on a frozen lake. Shut up.
Like, at least let me see something.
Dude,
Never give me the better chance, man.
It sucks, dude. Shut up.
All right.
But with all that said, I don't think I can consciously make an argument for it being like really cool. Like I think like
I want to give it a B.
I would be B or A.
Oh, really?
Brennan said B or A. That's crazy.
Well, it's fun. I like doing it.
You just made the argument for it being boring.
Like there's other time. No, it is.
I was gonna say C, and I thought I was pushing it.
Oh, really? I thought you would have been an A.
Oh, I thought you were D locked in all day, Bren.
It's fun. It's fun. If you're too,
it's fun, but that's not what this is.
True.
See, I think it's a B, and in the next
it's style
5
points.
years,
There aren't a lot of guys.
More.
There aren't a lot of, like I said, I'm looking at some guys and saying who are good at live scope and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. But there's not a lot of people out there who are like, oh, that guy's awesome. He got him all pinging a fucking little stupid minnow. That's so sick. No, nobody's doing that.
A lot of people are, though.
I don't.
It's just like
a lot of younger guys are.
It's the old heads, and it's the guys that have it now that are like, duh, blah, blah, blah. It's so easy when it's not. But
I would. It could be a solid B because it's still better than a spinnerbait if you're like
It's cooler than a
Cool.
spinnerbait.
It's definitely
just
cooler than a
on
spinnerbait.
technology's sake, dude.
Yeah.
It is.
I was like, no, it's not cooler than a
Oh
spinnerbait.
no, it's not,
Bro,
dude.
dude, that's like, oh my god, it is.
I would think, what, you don't think staring at them in the trees, like pulling them out, is not cooler than just
Bro, do
hucking
you
and
really think Jacob Fouts in the middle of the lake pinging a minnow is cooler than Jason Christie rolling a 3/4 ounce Colorado Blades?
But now you're getting into the specifics.
Dude, just the idea of it is cooler.
Look.
What you're doing, like to mentally think about what's going on, the fact that I have a little screen that show it's so cool. You're just bringing the boys should go back to their roots. They should all be in 15-foot boats with a flasher on the front. That would be cool to you. You'd be like, this is sick.
I'm for it.
Why are you saying that to me? I'm by far the best live scoper here.
Oh,
I don't
here
want
we go.
I wouldn't want that. Why are you saying I would want that?
Because you were the guy saying that I'm only learning it, I'm only getting good at it because everybody else is.
Yeah. I mean, that was me at first, for sure. But now I am good at it, so.
B.
I would say B. I think it's a little
All right. I'm going to put it there because I'm outnumbered, but I definitely don't agree.
We can also take our one upvote at the end and swap it for a D vote if you don't like it. How about that?
Okay. Whatever.
Just drop it off.
Here's an interesting one, off the wall one that neither of us or none of us probably do that often, but it's fucking sick on TV. Big spoon.
It's cool.
It is cool. It's very rare.
Yeah, it's so
pretty
niche
cool.
that it's hard. But it's like if you say you went out there and caught him on a Magnum spoon, that's sick.
Yeah.
Zaldane at the end of that Gunnersville tournament on the spoon. You know what I'm talking about?
The fact that you
The last,
lose
like,
half the
20
fish you
minutes of the
catch
tour.
makes it
Well,
even
that did happen a lot in that one. That specific one was tough, but
seems to happen a lot to him now that we talk about it.
Chrissy. I mean, it's badass, dude.
It's cool.
Snapping that.
I don't think I've ever even been able to do it.
Nobody ever catches a small one on it.
Yeah, no, we've never been.
You ever see anybody
we don't
catch
do that around here, but
I'm gonna throw it this year. I'm gonna throw it on a pack on.
I've tried it. Don't work.
I have one. I own one big Magnum spoon.
I own a couple.
Go for stripers. Catch a stripers.
True.
I caught a couple fish at Smith Mountain on it once.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, stroking anything like that when you're popping the rod that hard and it smokes it when you go to ring up and it just anything, dude. Like doing it with like a football jig or like a tube or something, it's even cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's gotta be. This one might even that one might have been even like too niche that it probably shouldn't have even been on the list, but it's so
cool though. It is cool. It's
so
something you see on the elites at least. So kind of like you see enough of it to kind of know what it is. We all watch enough YouTube videos of shit like that now.
Ned rig.
F.
Yeah.
There's nothing redeeming about it.
I throw the shit out of it, but it's an F.
There's
Doesn't
nothing
get it
redeeming
done,
about
sure.
it.
No one was ever cool coming back saying they caught him on a Ned rig.
Do you
Listen.
want to brag that you caught them on the Ned rig?
No.
Zub would say he would want to brag. But
we put the wacky rig in F. You can't with a clean conscience say a Ned rig is cooler than a wacky
No,
rig.
and there are finesse techniques that are cool. So we're not going to leave that here. But this is not one of them. This is an F.
No, I definitely don't think so. Okay.
Zoo would be sitting over here talking about his special rod that he just got in. That's perfect for Ned rigs.
Some weird Japanese bait that no one has ever heard of.
Chatterbait.
So I think this immediately has to go into, is a chatterbait cooler than a spinnerbait? I think it is just because you fish it heavier in most cases.
I would say you can get it through but
it's still not over a C.
It's a
I
staple,
think
but it's not overly like, oh yeah, we caught him on chatterbait today.
And
you're
everyone
bragging
throws it
about
now. Everyone's caught him on a chatterbait at some point in their life.
I think it probably was a lot cooler than a spinnerbait, but now
It's too
recently
mainstream now.
it's
Yeah,
come down to a spinnerbait.
it's become so many people's like go-to like crutch bait too. When it's like they need to throw a moving bait, I'm just gonna throw a chatterbait. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, I mean it's definitely
especially
in
here
that,
around grass and stuff like that. It just there's
it's
nothing cool
definitely in
about
that
it.
category for me. Like it's
Yeah. It's a
middle of
safety
the
net.
pack. Just
yeah,
One
it's just
throw and
nothing crazy, nothing special.
it's probably my number one confidence like moving bait,
Yeah.
like standard moving bait, like not talking about like small stupid stuff, but like
We all have one on our deck every day. Like
like
it's a staple, and staples aren't cool.
Yeah.
if I'm fishing grass and I'm not totally on anything special and I just need like a bite or to like try to locate a fish or figure something out, or like I'm not on anything, I need one more fish, I'm just gonna fucking put the trolling motor up and throw a chatterbait. Like
I think it's cooler to catch them on a spinnerbait actually, because you just don't do it as much.
I think, like I said, I think 5 years ago it was way cooler on a chatterbait. I think now the fact that nobody throws a spinnerbait anymore makes it cooler.
Exactly.
You come
That's
into
kind
the
of what I'm
ramp
getting
and you
at.
say, I caught him on a chatterbait. Everyone else says, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, the chatterbait bite is on. Everyone knows.
yeah.
The
And chatterbait
chatter
is fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
But
the chatterbait
yeah.
is the chatterbait is what I tell people I caught fish on when I'm lying. It's just like,
Tom
caught
Berry's
him on a
summer.
chatterbait.
Yeah, I smoked him on a chatterbait, dude.
Yeah, we caught him on a chatterbait.
Alex, you're in the middle of the lake the entire day.
you were in 50 feet of water.
Vertically jigging my chatterbait.
Yeah. All right, we'll call that C. It's got to be right there with the. All right. This is one I don't know what to say. Throwing an A-rig.
Interesting.
I feel like it's like taboo now to talk about this. They're like, you can't even throw them half the time.
Yeah, but it's also kind of sick.
It's
It
cool
is.
for that reason, almost.
It's
Also,
kind of sick when they just
the way
like,
they eat it, the way you fish it, it's cool.
bro. When the water is cold, the A-rig is the only way to get a bass to throttle something. Like
I haven't thrown one in a minute, but it is kind of cool.
Champagne, a rig when it's cold out, man. Wind breaking on a point or something.
me and Brendan were throwing them at a undisclosed location in December. And it was December. New Jersey, December. And they were absolutely freight training it.
Yeah.
It was sick.
I think that's an A from me.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's cool. It's cool.
I wouldn't put it at like above
but
an A.
I don't
No.
There's
It's
don't
a solid A.
I don't think you can go all the way to an A because of the
Tournament bands and hook bands and
is it like
does that make it cooler?
I mean, how many people throw an A-rig now? I mean, a lot
Not
of people.
many because everyone's like, I can't even use it anymore. So why even?
But if you're like going out fun fishing, you're like, you want to do something fun? Let's throw an A-rig. Whatever.
And you can catch two at once, bro.
Yeah,
A
that's
double on an
cool.
A-rig is so sick.
That's a style point right there.
that is a style point. The double's a style point. Yeah. All right.
You could even triple style points.
All right.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
that's it. That's
How
it.
many hooks we allowed here?
That's what I was struggling to find was like I was gonna say yes, an A-rig is fun. Yes, it's awesome to do, but what's the style point? Like what's the coolness? That's it. The double. That's a style. Okay. I'm there. I'm there. Skipping docks.
It's getting cooler now that people are not doing it.
It's just what we all grew up doing nonstop. So it's so hard to say it's cool.
Yeah.
It's not like
This C bracket is going to be massive.
When a
it's
fish
it's
gets...
really not. We only have 3 things in C.
Make it 4. It's a C.
I kind of agree because like
It's a
there's
staple
two-
again.
there's
It's just
2 sides to it. There's the side of like, oh, what is this bum doing just skipping docks because he doesn't know what else to do.
It's such the generic, like,
But
oh, that guy has no idea what's going on. He's fishing docks.
But there's also the factor of like, here's Gerald Swindle rolling a ball head under the dock. Boom, you know, like.
with a fish getting wrapped up around the piling, the diving under, trying to reel it out.
The fish catches are fun. It's not inherently cool.
Yeah, because like I said, there's 2 ways to look at it. You're either like, if you're really good and really dialed and you're that's cool, bro. The cast, watching
Like
somebody
physically skipping
who's really good at it,
It's
send
kinda
it up
cool.
under there, bro.
Yeah.
C plus.
Yeah, it's a high C. I don't think I can take
the
it out.
Skipping is the style point that gets it the plus.
I don't think I can make it a B. Is the biggest problem here.
Yeah.
It's cooler than all the other things in C, but it's not a B. It's in the middle. Put it on the line.
Here's where I'm
What's
at.
your argument to be? Go.
Are we really gonna put this in C and we're gonna put Ping and a minnow in B?
Yeah, I think absolutely.
Like, come on, dude.
It's cooler. It's cooler.
Well, are we just pinging a minnow? Was it pinging a minnow or just scoping in general?
Like scope.
Scoping with a minnow, traditional scoping, not doing any of the fancy Japanese stuff, not doing anything cooler, like not like throwing a glide bait over a brush pile on scope because that's cooler. I'm talking about throwing a minnow at a dot.
Then I mean, we could always drop the minnow to a C.
Whatever.
Because I'm thinking like throwing a jerk bait where you're like watching them kind of do it more than just like a little twitch. Which is...
I have a hard time putting dock fishing anywhere outside of C. What has anyone ever said dock fishing was cool? Ever?
I would do a C plus. I think it's fun with the style points of skipping.
When
like,
has somebody said cool. Dock fishing was cool? When Gerald Swindle skips a jig 800 feet to the back of it, sticks a 4-pounder, it gets wrapped up in the piling, pulls it out.
That's like such a like. You can say that about everything. Someone's caught a big fish on everything, and it's looked cool on TV.
Yeah, I guess.
The amount of cool fish catches we've had on a Senko, and that motherfucker's an F.
I don't know. Without like, I've been wanting to say this the whole time, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to be like tooting my own horn. But here we go. Like, when I'm skipping docks, my co-anglers are always like, bro, how do you skip like that? That's so sick.
That's when you say I'm from Jersey.
But you know what I mean, though? Like, the style point is the skip, bro. It's sick.
I'd say C plus.
C plus. I'm not putting it in B. I can't.
I feel like everyone in a dock fishing area is pretty good at skipping.
Being good at scope is a significantly more talented skill than skipping a bait.
Yeah. Well, it's more diverse. Like skipping, it's kind of just one thing. Scoping's a lot of things.
And being good at scope is way cooler than being able to skip a bait.
Whatever.
Everyone can skip a bait. Everyone at this level can skip a bait under a dock.
Yeah.
Kinda. Some of these guys still stink.
Name some names. Go. Let me hear
Andre. I mean,
Ryan Worth.
Oh.
That's a shot that didn't need to be made. Oh man. Sometimes I've had my moments. It's because I'm throwing an ounce jig like an asshole.
Football edging.
Yeah, exactly. I just have one tied on and try to skip it, blow my reel up.
Glide bait.
S.
It's S. It just is. It's sick.
Undisputed.
Big fish. I've caught a double on it before. It's so cool.
All right. I'm gonna roll through a few of these quicker because I want to get to one other thing I want to do, and we've been doing this for a long time.
All right, go. Round
Do we want to consider flipping bushes and flipping grass two different things? Or do we want to just say flipping?
Flipping heavy cover, and it's A.
Yeah. A.
Okay.
A plus.
Because, like, if we even wanted to, like, put punching in there and that kind of shit, like,
I think punching
it's so close to S, but it's A.
A
All right.
plus.
We'll call it A.
99.
We'll call it A. I'm willing to say A. Carolina rig.
It's kind of cool. No one does it anymore.
Are we gonna get like one of our first in D?
Because I don't think it's an F.
But it's just not cool.
It's cooler
The
than
old ball and chain.
It's
like-
definitely not an F. I don't think it's an F.
It's
not
got
an F,
some,
but I don't
it's
think
got
it's
some
cool.
old school like personal coolness to me, but I think across the board it's not considered cool.
It's
like
boring.
yeah.
It's a fun hook set, but that's like
A
the
lot of
coolness
those.
to it.
So now, where does the difference come from Carolina rig to dragging a jig?
A.
See, that's crazy.
That's not
I
how
do agree that dragging a jig is cooler, but you
There's
can't
something
say dragging a jig is A when a
there's
Carolina
something
rig is
so there's
B.
something way cooler about like dragging a mop football jig than there is having a little fucking tungsten weight on the bottom with a stupid little soft plastic off the back.
Yeah, but I think that's because we love doing it. Like it's not objectively cool.
Yeah, you know
Right.
It's
what?
almost identical to dragging the ball.
We
and
love
chain.
doing
it's
it
the
because
same
it's a thing
thing.
we do all the time. It's a fun hook set. We have a lot of bites that we get on dragging the jig that are just like things we do every year. But it's not objectively like super cool.
No.
Yeah.
You get the style points again with like a hook set, but it's
And
just
but it depends. Like if you're dragging like a Kitech jig, it's not that cool. It's just
No.
if you're throwing a big old mop jig, it's cool.
I mean, I think you get bumped up style points because the jig is just cooler than the Carolina rig. But I don't think you can bump it more than one full place.
Fine. I can live with C in it then. Fine.
I would
Like
need to keep
It's
it.
another just like bait everything everyone does. Though.
yeah, like I want it to be higher because I personally like it. But I think if you poll the average guy, like, hey, do you think it's really
Okay.
cool dragging a jig on a rock pile
Let's
in
take it
15
back.
feet?
we're
Probably
gonna put Carolina rig at C. We're gonna put Dragon Jig at B.
I would do DC.
Really, you think dragging a football jig is a C tier?
It's
It's
I don't
just
know.
as
I don't
cool
think
as
it's
I
not
am,
something
you know.
I'm going to be like, I want to watch someone drag a jig. I
I'm
wanna
just
go
afraid
drag
that
it.
we have a very strong personal bias towards it. I don't think
absolutely do.
anybody
I wanna do it.
until it became a thing that we started doing all the time. I don't think anybody's ever said like, "Oh, dude, dragging a half-ounce football jig, that's sick."
Yeah.
Fine.
Like,
No.
no.
Fine.
It's a C.
Fine. C.
Non-frog topwater.
A.
Like a
Yeah.
spook.
They're
or
all
walking
cool.
bait.
They're all cool.
Watching them blast the spook out
Yeah.
of the water.
Anything with a blow up is cool.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah, I'll call it A. I don't think it should be in the same category, but for saving time, I'll call that a buzzbait too.
It's A. It's still A.
I think this is similar to like the flipping like grass and bushes. Is it different? I think this has to be two different things, even though like there's not words for it. A single swim bait, but like a really big one and like just a normal little one have to be different things.
Yes, because it's like 6-inch plus is where you start getting cool. Anything under that is like
high tech,
D-tier
just
cool.
swimming it real slow.
Yeah, like throwing a single hook high tech, like a 3.8, is so boring. It's not cool.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not.
It's
It's
not.
like
I like
I
doing it.
caught him on a mag draft today. Sick.
I like doing it, but it's not.
Big paddle tail swim bait A, little paddle tail swim bait D.
Yeah.
I could even lean towards
Yeah,
S tier with a big paddle tail, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it in A.
I'm gonna meet you on that because I know anything I'm about to say about it is just personal bias. So I'm
you're only going to say it's cool because it works. Like, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and argue it doesn't work. It's not cool though.
I have some more niche ones that I could do, but did I miss anything big?
No, not that I can think of like heavy high tier ones. No, there's a lot of shittier ones that we could talk about, but
yeah, like I got a lot of weird ones written down, but like for time's sake, I don't think we need to get that niche.
I feel like I need to talk about some cool finesse stuff. There is definitely some BFS stuff. Cool.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. BFS stuff is at least a B.
No, it's not.
It's so cool.
It's dumb and
Drop
stupid.
it down a couple notches.
It's so cool.
It's so dumb
I love
and
it so
so
much.
stupid.
I love it. Personal bias. Don't care. It's cool.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Where would you put a spy bait?
D.
Yeah.
It's
Listen,
definitely
you
cooler
kept
than
saying
others
when we were talking and you were like, finesse isn't necessarily not cool. I was like, yeah. And then I was like,
the more I think about it, the more I like a hair
but
jig's
what
cool.
is?
I like slinging a hair jig's pretty cool.
Like
But
the
like-
coolest one might be a wacky rig, and we put in an F.
No, get out of
I'm gonna say a Senko slinging that like in a thick grass
like
mat
the
is
niche,
probably cooler.
The niche, weird finesse stuff that like works maybe once, but if you smoke them on it, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. But anyways, continue where you want to go.
No, I was just gonna say if it. Like
Nico rig is cooler than a wacky rig, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's still not cool.
No, it's still a D, but it's still cooler.
Yeah,
I'd rather throw a Nico rig 10 out of 10 times.
I mean, I'd rather not, but it's definitely cooler.
I'd rather
than
not
the
in
traditional.
tube.
Could be fun. Could be fun.
There's two ways to fish a tube. One's absurdly boring, and the other one's absurdly fun. That's hard. Cracking a tube is sick.
Cracking a tube is the only way I'm fishing a tube.
Yeah, correct.
Cracking a tube is the only way I'm doing it.
Cracking a
The
tube
other way
sick,
is not happening.
Cracking a tube is B.
Yeah.
It's
That
fun.
might be as cool as you could get, finesse-y.
I don't even think that's finesse. That's like a power fishing version.
Yeah, I
of
would put that as
fishing a
more
tube.
fun. You're fishing it
You're
fast,
still
you're
doing it on
cracking
a
it.
spinning
A
rod.
finesse tube is like essentially fishing an edge rig.
Yeah. Kind of dragging little hops, little skips, nothing crazy.
Well, if you're throwing it on a bait caster, it's not finesse.
No.
Yeah.
All right. I wouldn't throw it on a bait caster, but whatever.
Who cracks a tube on a spinning rod, you weirdo?
Everybody, what? Who cracks a tube on a
No,
bait?
what? Dude, you slam a big old lead head in a tube, sling it out there, whack it off the bottom.
Yeah, I'd probably crack it on.
Flip
Yeah.
a tube on a. I would never even consider cracking a tube on a bait caster.
You're weird.
I would put it on like a nice little.
You ain't cracking a tube then.
Done.
All right, next.
Done.
Next.
Part of cracking a tube is the whole drag slip on the
All
crack.
right, next.
So that's it. That's all I got. I was trying to get something out of you.
No. I got none. I'm out. All right. Anything that anyone wants to move? I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that you can make a great case to move up too much.
Alex is going to move Sanko out of F, and I know it.
No, that's not what I was going to move out of F. I was going to move Skip and Docs into B.
I can live with that.
I can let slide. It'd be a B minus.
Yeah.
B minus.
All right.
I was between moving that up to B and moving the minnow down to C, but out of respect for the minnow guys, I'm going to move up instead of move down.
I almost want to move the big swim bait to S. The big paddle tail
swimmer.
But I feel like when you're doing like the difference between that and like a glide where you're just doing twitches, you're doing something like it's a little more you're watching it. Like a lot of the big paddle tails, a lot of times you're not even seeing it. You're just kind of slow rolling it.
Dude,
I feel like
there is something about a single hook, like beast hook, paddle tail swim bait. The eat is so sick. Big old piece of plastic hanging out of a bucket. So sick.
Remember that one that slurped my mag draft off the top in Florida?
Yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Like somebody dropped a bowling ball in the water.
Dude, like fishing it like a skinny dipper. Just taking a 6-inch mag draft, just burning it on the surface.
That was insane.
That is cool.
That's one of the coolest bites I've ever gotten.
Exactly. S.
Was that one.
Bingo. S. That's where it's going. Is what it is. You just said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
When you guys were having your argument about like the cool, like the one thing, if you could catch a bag on and be like, this is the only thing, that might be my thing.
Where do we stand on wake baits?
Wake
baits don't. This was the argument I was making last time. Wake baits doesn't even. It's not a big enough thing to deserve a category.
But it's still an A.
We're not talking about it. We're not talking. We are not spending another minute of this podcast.
but a rat. S tier. Just plug Zub's face in here and just have the rat S.
Zub with a rat as his
Zub's entry. That's it.
I think we should just slap it an F for just to spite Zub. Make it official.
All right. That's about as far as I'm going to go. Let us know if there's any we missed, and maybe I could do some revisionist history. I don't know. Looking at the list, I have in my head that there has to be like a major category I missed.
I mean, just jig fishing in general, but like...
Yeah, but we kind of hit that in a lot of different ways, like skipping a dock, flipping,
so versatile,
dragging a jig. Like all those are kind of jig techniques.
Not really. Yeah.
What about a fluke?
I had that as one of my more off the wall ones that I was gonna say and then decided not to.
It just goes in the branch of jerkbait. It's the same level.
Yeah, I guess so.
Double fluke rig, that's kind of cool, but
also illegal.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
It is.
Nah, it never was.
I know because I emailed the Bass Nation National Championship tournament director and asked him if I could use a double fluke, and he said no.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah.
Is that always been a thing? There's no way.
I also asked him if I could use it. He said no to 3. I asked him about 3 baits, and he said no to all 3 of them.
What? What were they?
The 3 baits were a double fluke.
That's weird to me.
The second one was...
Is it just 2 separate hooks?
Bass has the rule on 2
was if I throw an Alabama rig, but only put 1 swim bait on it and just use the other arms as blades.
Mm-hmm. It's a spinner bait.
Yeah, he said no.
They literally make those. They make like tournament legal like...
Doesn't Bass have a specific rule about like that though, with like the arms and how?
Apparently, there's a number. You can't have more than 4 blades on a bait.
They make like a legal one specifically.
It's not legal though. They made it for that purpose, but then Bass said you can't use it.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. They
That's so
made
stupid.
they made a new rule that you can't have more than 4 blades on a bait.
Damn, some of those spinner baits with 5 blades.
Nope, can't use them.
Huh.
That's wild.
Yep.
What was the other bait?
And the third one, which I kind of get because it's essentially the same thing as a double
Knuckleball.
fluke. I guess if you think about it, a front runner for a top water.
Interesting.
Like just like a
little teaser.
yeah.
You ever seen a front runner? It's like a little floating like cork with a hook on it, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like is like supposed to be like your big top water fluke is chasing the little one.
Yeah.
That I get, I guess. But that's like throwing a double fluke rig. It's the same.
Exactly.
Same concept, just no hook.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a no on all of them.
So you're telling me my Ned rig drop shot combo is illegal?
Gotta love the old fluke rig.
The old high-low.
The old smallmouth fluking rig.
Listen,
It's a
those
class.
days where I'm talking about where you're just playing music in the back, cruising, chucking a drop shot, that's where you go.
Throw the high-low.
Big Mike Concato, Zaff Brothers type of move.
The old just counting numbers at the end of the day, don't care what it is.
Yeah. The old
Guys in the back with the
Andy
gills.
brought the clicker.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of I honestly didn't I expected to get the no on the fluke and the front runner. The blade thing, I had no idea.
That is kind of crazy. 4
I like
blades.
kind of argued it for a few emails because I didn't know the blade rule. I just knew the Alabama rig rule, and I'm like, well, there's only one bait. Like, why? What's the difference between this and a big spinner bait? And he goes, if that was a big spinner bait, that's illegal too. And then I was like, huh?
With me? So you're saying those ones where it's like the blades at the front with like the one out to the swim bait is illegal?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get.
So you could do.
I sent him a picture of it. I attached
they're on Tackle Warehouse. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I attached multiple images of all of these baits. Like I typed a full long email. I added images and links. Like
so weird.
And I literally got
a 4-blade max. So if you did 4 blades and then like a long wire to one swim
Bro,
bait, that's fine.
I sent like a 3-paragraph email with multiple links and like 7 pictures and got back a 1-sentence reply that just said no to all 3.
He just didn't want to deal with you. He didn't feel like looking it up. So he was just like, yeah, no.
He was like, this idiot.
You're just on the same side.
And then I got to the tournament and the tournament director looks like Dax. And I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
I'm like, this is the guy? Anyway. So Andre coming up with the tier list idea, it inspired me to think of another little game. This is one that a lot of shows and podcasts do, namely one of my favorites, Part of My Take. They do a segment in like every show in the summer where they do a Mount Rushmore, which is like a draft. It doesn't necessarily mean Mount Rushmore is in like the goats or whatever. People do like a Mount Rushmore, like the goat of this or that. But it's essentially just a draft where you get 4 choices. So it'll be a snake draft, like whatever the order is, like me, Brennan, Andre, Brennan, me, Brennan, Andre, and you get 4 picks. So I want to do a Mount Rushmore snake draft where the draft is we are going to fish a 5-man team tournament at an undisclosed location at an undisclosed time of the year. It is you and 4 people in the world. Pick your team.
Do they have to? Is this like Vibes team or is this like actually catching fish team?
It's up to you how you want to do it. There is going to be a tournament this year. The location is random. The place is random. And it's Team Alex versus Team Andre versus Team Brennan. This is happening. It's going to be on TV. It's scheduled. And right now is draft day. And we're picking our teams.
I'm going off the rails with mine. I've already decided.
So, I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna do a random draft order. I probably should have had this set up and ready, but
There's only 3 of us. There's only so many.
I know, but I don't know any other way to
Rocks,
like.
paper, scissors.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and play rock paper scissors shoot, then rock paper scissors shoot, and then do it again, and then you know the whole deal. Number of teams. This is more difficult than it needs to be.
Just random number 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just assign us 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Is the goal?
Brennan is first.
My question.
Yes. Shit.
Then Andre, then me.
Okay.
All right. We got to write these down.
I got it. I'm
I'm going off the top of my head because no one's picking mine.
Okay. All right, Bren, you're first.
Feel like I'll do a I'll go with Polnick.
All right.
Start off with it.
Okay, Polonick's a good one because I feel like Polonick is
Just
vibes and skill.
All good all around. Just all around. He's gonna find this fish. He's gonna.
And in a tournament, like I said, where you don't know where and you don't know when.
He probably has waypoints on one of them.
He's not like a specialist. You know,
Yeah.
You've seen him do it all.
He can win anywhere.
I'm just gonna sit here and bank it's up north.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Ready?
Well, it depends. Is this tournament being put on by Bassmaster? Because then it's not going to be up north.
Yeah. Unless it's the St. Lawrence
They
River.
just put an EQ on Champlain.
Yeah, but that's because they have to do one.
I know. Well, I'm gonna stick with someone that can actually catch fish for my first rounder. It's Seth Fighter.
Okay. Whoa. The guy can definitely catch fish, but I feel like that's more of a vibes guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all vibe. This crew's all vibes.
It's all
Half
vibes.
of them aren't gonna
I
be
can-
pros.
See,
so
I
don't
can see
even-
how this is gonna go, and this is exactly how everything goes in real life. Is Andre's gonna have a fun team, and I'm just gonna win by 1 billion.
Yep. Oh, 100%. I'm not planning on winning. I'm already admitting. We're
Andre
gonna have
just wants
the
to have a
most
good
fun,
time
but
when
we'll
he's on
be
the
a
boat
blast.
losing.
We might not show up to the boat launch.
Yeah.
Andre's 100% gonna pull another guy.
All right. Well, I guess I have to take this role of just absolutely destroying everybody.
Alex
And-
is just gonna take the Wheeler clan.
You have to.
Yeah,
number
there
one
it is, dude. I knew it. I knew it. You're so
The number one
boring.
pick. The number one pick is Jacob Wheeler. And if you have any intention on winning this tournament and you're not picking him, you're out of your mind. The fact that he fell to 3 is ridiculous. Regardless of what you think about him, and I'm not going to say anything, but regardless of what you think about him, he's the best bass fisherman on the planet.
Well, it's an undisclosed place, so we won't have waypoints on it before you get there.
Sure.
He probably already has him.
He'll find him.
He probably already has him. And he is the best bass fisherman in the world. And it's just a fact.
All right, Alex, you get 2 in a row.
I get 2 in a row.
If you take her now, I'm done. I'm turning my computer off.
I'm not. No, I'm
Okay.
not. I'm between a few guys, but he's not one of them.
30 seconds on the clock.
There's a guy I want to pick out of respect, but
You say
since
KVD.
we're doing it this year, it's Patrick Walters.
I'm actually, yeah. I mean, I can't argue with anything you're going to say. You're going to pick all good people. You're no fun.
Well, it's sorry.
Yeah, you guys are all going to be in bed by 6 o'clock. All right, you're going to be all rigged up, ready to go.
Yeah, we're gonna win so much money.
Was money involved in this?
I would assume.
Well, my team is just going to have way more money than is worth in this combined anyway, so we're fine.
Sure.
So I'm actually going to stick with an actual fisherman for my next one also.
Oh, you're gonna go non-fisherman for this?
Dude, what are you doing? Of course I am. I'm taking Jolie.
That's
Okay.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Because that is a real pick and also very fun.
Yeah, exactly. It sticks with the team. Dude, there's going to be a great room here.
You ever hear
They'll catch all the fish. I don't got to worry about nothing.
I'm not gonna tell this story on here because it's not my story to tell, but you ever hear Frank's Jolie story?
Oh, no. I got to ask him now.
Well, I'll tell it to you when we're off because I definitely it's not my story to tell, but it's hysterical.
I'm sure.
All
All right,
now we're
Brett.
back to B.
I'm torn. I feel
At
like
least I know
there's a
no
lot.
one's going to take mine.
What was that?
I said, at least I know no one's going to take my pick.
Andre's about to pick John Daly.
John Taylor.
Bro, that would be a great one. I should have.
Let's see.
They
Do I
are
go like
fishing related. They have caught fish in their life. I will say that about
They
my
have caught fish. So Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Let's see. Do I go like a scoping route? Do I go try and true? I feel like partial scope, just all around. I feel like one of the Johnston brothers. I don't know. I feel like Corey.
Whoa,
That's
okay.
the wrong one.
It's,
I don't know.
maybe the wrong one, but
I don't know. I feel like
Wait, he's got
a little
back-to-back
the
picks.
underdog, bro.
Take
you got back-to-back picks, so you taking the other
Take
one?
both.
Oh, do I take the other one? No. Because one of them's good for both. They're gonna talk anyways. No, I don't go again.
Yeah, you do. It's a snake draft.
Yeah, you get two in a
No,
row.
I'm in the middle, aren't I?
No, I'm in the
No,
middle.
you were first.
Oh, I was first. You're right. Oh crap.
He's not prepared.
I'll get a scoper. I'll go Fouts.
Wow.
That's boring.
Yeah, he's boring.
Yeah, gotta have one scoper.
Yeah, but if it's on a scoping lake, I mean, well, I have.
I don't know. He's doing pretty good. He's doing good. He didn't miss a check, right? For what, 13 straight tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, if we're being hyper recent, he's one of the hottest guys out there.
Yeah.
All right, it's me.
It's you. Here we go.
Oh, boy. He's gonna be like
I'm taking an absolute heavyweight from up north.
Frank Appaluccio.
I'm taking Dustin Bufflin. All I'm saying is if we get in a fight, I'm winning.
I don't
I
know,
mean,
dude.
boards
You
are on
see
the
Corey
water, they're
Johnston
good.
put. Do you see Corey Johnson put Robertson in that headlock, bro? I don't know.
Hey, listen, he's fished opens. That's not a bad pick.
Yeah, but he
You could have done better. You could
Buffalo
have done.
doesn't seem like that nice of a guy.
Nah, he'd be awesome. He'd be a great time.
All right, Buff. What a roster.
Now he's gonna get Daly.
I was gonna say The Rock, but now that you said it, I'm not saying it.
You were.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I had that. I had that in the chamber, and then he ruined it. So no, I'm not saying it.
All right, now it's back to me again. This is, again, can't believe it made it to me. And not just because he's a stud, and he is a stud, and he's a beast, but also if we're talking vibes. Like, I'm surprised he made it this far on vibes. John Cox.
I was thinking him.
John Cox.
He's very boomer bust, though. He's very boomer bust.
Yeah, but I also have Jacob Wheelers and Patrick Walters. I might have the 3 best fishermen in the world on my roster.
Sometimes
I just let him slip, it happens.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys didn't take Johnny. Now this one, last one, I really don't know. There's a guy I'll really get yelled at if I pick. But he's probably...
You need one off the rails pick. Come on.
He's probably logically the... All right. One off the... All right. Ugh. I'm trying to think of somebody who's at least like... I mean, I have a lot of picks I could make, but I'm trying to think of somebody who like has at least fished a little bit.
That's not The Rock.
They've all fished a little bit.
No, but I'm saying I have a lot of picks in my head of people that like may have never even casted a rod. Randy Moss. You made me do it.
I'm so mad. That was mine.
You made me do it.
That's messed up. I was
taking DC.
Oh, you're the worst.
I was taking DC, and you made me do it.
I had it all planned out. Get out of here.
You made me do it.
You guys took both of mine now. That was my squad.
That was just all.
You made me do it.
Oh, now I'm on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have just let me be a loser and take DC and win the whole thing.
I would have had my dream team.
I would have made Ryan happy.
That's Ryan.
Justin Connell, if you're listening to this, our buddy Ryan Worth has a crush on you.
That's why he has all those packs of
That's why he's got that stupid blonde haircut.
I feel like I'm going to take Connell now.
If you want to have a shot to win.
He might place third.
Yeah, but I need someone to vibe with Buff.
I mean, because that's the other thing, and why I did want to pick Connell. Connell's a high vibes guy. He's not Wheeler.
Yeah.
He's fun.
Huh. All right. I'm going to take Ish Monroe.
Good God. You really are winning all the fights.
Big boys up front. I got 2 big boys up front blocking.
Oh, man. Who do I want?
All right. Now I need an absolute heat seeker next pick.
That's your last pick.
No, I have that was 3.
That's 4.
Oh, I take it back. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Too late.
With that.
You have Seth, Joe Lee, Buff, and Ish.
Dude, we're sick. Okay, yeah, we're sick. We're winning. I was gonna say the Washington Capitals mascot. He's an eagle.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude would have been all over it.
Okay.
Trying to think who I want.
You got to go off the rails. Just pick Scott Martin.
Off the rails?
Nobody's picking Scott Martin.
No, not Scott Martin. Not Scott Martin. I'm torn. I'm thinking
Wayne Gretzky.
thinking either Mark Zona.
Oh.
Alex
I
is
think
saying-
that's the pick. I think
Alex is
I
saying-
think that's the vibes right there.
Oh.
Wait, give me
and
Randy
good
Moss.
fishing.
Give me trade.
Trade.
Give me Randy Moss.
Oh,
can
how
have
about
Zona.
you pick trade Zaldane?
Watch? They might watch this.
That was so the pick. If I had
automatic.
any time to think about this beforehand and prepare, that's 100% my pick.
Yeah.
Can't believe you let him go this far down.
All right.
Zona would have been a first rounder.
Yeah.
Zona is outside of trying to win a tournament, this, that, and the other. If I could go fishing for the day with one person on the planet, it's probably Mark Zona. I'm such a Mark Zona fanboy.
Well, this was your chance and you blew it.
Dude, I can't believe.
We're gonna be out there. I'm gonna be winning a tournament and fishing with Zona.
Bro, I was thinking
I'm winning. What are you talking about?
I'm winning by 1 billion, first of all. And second of all, dude, I can't believe I let that slip. I was thinking so hard, just strictly about pros.
I was trying to think of
so hard the other way.
Yeah, I know. Zona was just that perfect middle ground that we both missed.
Yeah. I got the vibes.
Wow,
got the
Brennan
scopers,
potentially
got
with
the all
last
around.
pick, best pick. I can't believe I missed Zona.
Do we do no, I can't even do that.
That's brutal for me.
Can I sit mine out and add another person?
Can you
Can I be the coach?
You can sit yourself out. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hop around on my boat and just talk to everybody while they're fishing.
There you go.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of people to fit on a tracker.
Oh god, what a miss out of me. What an absolute miss.
Oh man.
That was a fun exercise though. I think
He's gonna be beating himself up tonight. He's like, damn it, you did it.
I think that's a fun exercise though. I think that's a little segment we can mix in every now and then.
Yeah.
With different
We
things.
should do it for different tournaments.
I thought you were gonna do lakes for a second. I was gonna be like, that could be fun.
I was thinking that's the first thought I had for the next one.
Yeah.
But I'll have to make a list. Maybe we can make it a weekly segment that we do at the end.
Yeah, I'm just chiming in for all of those. Just
dialing in
drop me in just for the games.
The games are fun.
You three can talk fishing. I'm here for the fun stuff.
I mean, we absolutely zipped through an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just fucking around.
Gotta do something to keep the mind occupied when it's 12 degrees outside.
Listen, after our trip to Arizona, there's gonna be Bums Talk Golf soon for Alex.
Oh boy.
Dude was killing it out there.
I heard.
I'm a known registered golf hater.
He's this close to selling the Skeeter and buying some titles.
Dude, he's getting there.
Boy, I played golf way too good this weekend for me to be upset about it.
So Bums Talk Bass from the golf course for an episode?
Dude,
from the cart?
Dude, I hadn't
Golf cart cam.
Yeah.
I hadn't golfed in probably a solid 2 years before we went on this trip. And I thought I was just gonna be absolutely abysmal. And I wasn't. And I actually had fun. Normally I'm hitting
garbage shots.
I was never bad at golf, but usually I'll have one shot that just it's all over now.
Yeah.
I'll send something into the woods and now I lost 2 strokes because of it and it's just a disaster and I get so mad and so frustrated. I was, for the most part, just like solidly putting the ball forward, putting it in play. I had a couple like really cool big shots, and it like I was like, this is fun. Like I actually had fun doing it, and I'm
You
really
did it.
mad that I had fun. I've never been upset about enjoying something. I was very upset about enjoying this because we can't like
You can't have time for both fishing and golf.
you can
Yeah, you
only
can't handle
golf
that at fishing time.
in you can only golf in conditions that are good for fishing.
Yeah.
And I can't be golfing instead of fishing. We can't have that.
That's why you just go on a trip in the winter.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just what we're gonna have to do. Is I'm gonna golf once a year, and we're
In
gonna go
Arizona.
across the country to do it.
Just fly to Florida and do it.
No, I
That
mean I'm
too.
probably gonna visit Mike.
You can fish and golf. How about that?
Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm probably gonna visit Mike end of February, and every time I go and visit Mike, he always wants me to play golf, and I'm always like, no. This time I'll say yes.
There you go.
So it's baby steps.
We're getting there.
By next year, dude, we're not even gonna see him. He's gonna be on the golf course all day.
Well, dude, Worth wants
Every
to get
step
like
he takes is a baby step.
Worth wants to get like golfing lessons now, and I don't think he put a ball in play.
Well, no,
that's
we
why
didn't.
he needs
I don't
lessons.
think we used a single Ryan shot the entire day, other than a
Dude,
putt.
it was actually mind numbing.
Oh.
I said it to him afterwards, and I was like, look, I don't want to say this in a mean way, but like there has to be something fundamentally wrong, because if you were just like see ball, hit ball, like if you had no form, no structure at all, you'd be able to put a ball in play better than what you were doing.
He played hockey. He's not the most unathletic human in the history of the world.
Yeah, and
Wasn't
Mike
like-
played with him once before, and
Mike
Mike
said he wasn't
bad.
bad. I know. That's why I had him on my team, and then I wanted to kill myself.
Thank God we didn't play that format you wanted to play. Would have been
No, Ryan made putts, to be fair. Ryan made some
Okay.
putts.
a miserable day though.
Well, yeah. But Ryan's also the guy, you took him flipping grass one time, and then all he wanted to do was that for the next 10 times he went fishing. Taught him live scope. Then he bought a live scope the next day. You're seeing a trend here.
Yeah. He's not gonna do it, because that one time we took him ice fishing, he got obsessed with ice fishing, and now he won't even come with us anymore. So I'm not worried about him picking up golf. I heard him in the corner, like having a conversation with Mike. He's like, "So do you think I should get like a trainer? Like, should I get lessons?" I was like, "Dude, you're not doing that. Shut up. You're not like."
He won't even come ice fishing with us when we're actually about to smoke him this weekend.
Dude, he said, I don't even want to share this publicly. He said something to me on the plane that almost made me jump out the plane window.
Which is so funny because you were right next to me, so he must have said it quietly on purpose.
He said that
Oh, no.
He's a broken man.
It's time to go drag him by the nuts he has left onto the ice.
They're locked away. What are you talking about?
I was like, dude, you have to be smarter than that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me those things, dude.
Oh, no.
That's like when we were talking about we had our big excuse conversation. That's the worst one there is.
Yeah, you want to come for me over having a 1-year-old, and you're getting that one.
You know what I was coming at in that conversation.
Well,
okay?
now I know.
No, that was after that.
Oh,
I mean, you know
yeah. I'm
what
aware.
I was getting at.
Oh, man. We're going to catch so many smallmouth.
You know, you just got to send him a billion pictures on
Yeah,
this
you
coming
coming?
weekend. Now.
Brennan, are you coming?
Oh, that's the plan.
Hell yeah. Dude, we're going to have a crew.
What are we doing?
Zoob's
Saturday,
coming.
Sunday?
Zub is staying at my house Friday night.
So am I.
Yeah,
Sleepover.
let's go. You guys get to hang out with the clocks.
Yeah, I'm pretty. That's maybe we'll try to do Hutcast
Oh, we're gonna do
on
Hutcast.
Saturday.
Could always just record it and then just.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Won't be hard.
I got.
No.
Someone's dragging the hut out there because I ain't.
I mean, I could literally do it on this. I could just like put my laptop on a table in the hut and just.
You could bring your laptop out there.
But you have to have. Don't you have to have Wi-Fi connection out there for this hotspot? Yeah.
Battery's gonna die in like 20 minutes with how cold it's gonna be.
Bring a portable charger.
Wire up the GoPro.
I mean, it's easier to do that than like try to set up a GoPro with a microphone, and then we all gotta have our own like lavalier mics. Like,
Yeah, it might sound awful.
yeah,
We're not prepared.
I don't know. We'll think about it.
we
It
have
might
a-
happen. It might not. If in a week from now, if you don't see it, then you know what happened.
Alex failed his job. That's what happened.
Whatever. Oh, all right. Well,
Episode 8.
yeah, I'm ready to go to bed because I have to work in the freezing cold again tomorrow, and I'm
There it
not happy
is.
about it. And
Have
I
fun
hate
with
the
that.
world, but I'm just gonna keep thinking about how we get to go ice fishing in a few days, and hopefully I'll survive until then.
You'll be okay.
You got this. Wear your gloves and a coat.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh,
the
you're
cold.
talking to the two worst people to be talking about this.
Yeah, I know. It's not the cold that keep me from
Work from
surviving.
home, work
It's
from
my
home.
it's my own self.
I
I'll
don't
just
leave
turn the
this
heat up
spot.
when it gets cold. It is chilly when I wake up in the morning and it's like 66 in the house.
This guy's an
All right,
asshole.
podcast is over. See you guys.
Good night, everybody.